Any questions? If you don't have any questions, probably I'll ask questions. What is the difference between jog direction? So, and then just to be a simple side, I'll summarize what he has covered. So he covered the string. Okay. So when you do programming language, to access each character of a string, we use string of s of 0, s of 1 or 2. Basically, a string is nothing but a character array. So when it comes to manipulation, so he has explained why we need a string builder, why we should not use string. So make sure that whenever you play with manipulation for string, just use string builder rather than string. So now the arrays. So there are three kinds of array in C#: single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array, and then jogged array. So now the thing is, so jogged array is nothing but array of array. So where we can store. This array has 1, 2, 3, 4 elements, and then this array has 1, 2, 3. Heterogeneous or variable length of arrays can be in an array. So that's a jogged array. Okay. But in multi-dimension, the rows and columns has to be same length. The single array, it's a collection of
rows and columns has to be same length.
No, I'm not sorry. So
all columns should be of same length.
Same
all
length.
rows.
All rows, yeah.
Can you come again with the jogged array, brother?
So in jogged array, the jogged array is nothing but array of array. I'm sorry, arrays of array.
Array of arrays.
Array of array. Yeah, array of arrays.
One quick example.
Okay. One quick. అదే ఇక్కడ చెప్పాడు మీరు లేట్గా వచ్చారు.
Sorry, I have to take care of some.
So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. If you see here, so you can keep this into a jogged array because this one has 3 elements and this one has 4 elements. This one has 2 elements. So in terms of columns, okay. So a jogged array can accommodate this one because the definition of jogged array is called array of arrays. So that array, inside array could be any
size.
Any size. Heterogeneous arrays in a array. Or variable array length arrays.
Okay.
You understood.
Text wise అది కొంచెం confusing గా ఉంటుంది. Text add అయిపోతుంది.
Okay guys, now the one more part I just want to focus, I just want to remind you. So it's not a theory, the algorithms and data structures are not theory. So if it is a theory, you can take one whole day and then you can read through it, and then next day you can give an interview. But algorithms and data structures, it's kind of training your mind, training your ability. So you have to spend at least 1 or 2 hours, at least a half an hour every day to train your mind, so that when it comes to solving a problem, you are well matured, well trained, so that you can just take the problem and then you can solve it. It's not theory, so make sure that we spend a lot of time in analyzing the problem and then doing the whiteboards. If you have a whiteboard at home, just make it step by step. So or else you can just use your notepad. Basically, the more you do on the whiteboard or your note paper, the more you will gain. So because the algorithms are cannot be manipulated within our mind, so we have to make it step by step, and then then we have to transform that step by step into programming language. So every time so that's the way that we should go. So that's the reason every day, if you can, just spend some time on what we learn and then what are the problems that we are getting every week. So let's move on to the third point, last week problems. So how many of have done last week problems? I think except Nissi, so we all were there, except Kishore and Nissi, we all were there. At least try. Oh yeah, you are also not there. At least did you try how to solve the problem? No, I,
పుష్ చేయలేదు ఆయన కాపీ చేస్తారు ఎవరైనా పుష్ చేయలేదు పుష్ చేస్తే అది కాపీ
no, I got the solutions. I got the solutions, but I
You know-
didn't push into GitHub.
అందరంతా చేస్తారన్నా పుష్
ఓకే ఓకే లెట్స్
Okay, so ఎవరెవరు పుష్ చేయలేదు చెప్పండి. ఎవరెవరు చేసి
ఇప్పుడు
push
చెక్
చేయలేదు?
చేస్తే కష్టం కదా ఇప్పుడు ల్యాప్టాప్ ఇక్కడే ఉంది ఇప్పుడే ఓపెన్ చేసి పుష్ చేద్దాం
కాదు బోర్డు మీద చేయమంటారు
Maybe first class we are going to let you go, but from next class I think there is a lot of effort being put here, so let's respect this effort. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
right?
that's the whole comment. Also.
That's true, yeah.
Thing is unnecessarily we are wasting your time also.
Yeah.
So if you listen, don't practice, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
Theory you can easily listen a YouTube video, you get everything. In case you want that there. But algorithms and data structures you only get only through the practice. Yes.
Okay.
You don't practice, you don't get it.
That's
Because
good.
I don't have the background in data structures and algorithms because I am from mechanical background, so I don't know. Because I'm really interested in learning DS and algorithms. So with practice only I think you'll know. With theory, whatever you learn, it will just go in your mind, but it doesn't like you don't put it in the paper when somebody when anybody asks you to write something.
That's the only way I think. And 2-3 years from now, I think they will not ask you whether you know C#, Java, or jQuery or anything. They will ask you only about algorithms. I think that's where the whole focus is going to. They will not interview on anything else except algorithms. I think that's the direction that we are heading towards. If you are in IT, I think they won't even ask about SAP or these things. I think they will all ultimately become something else. So that's one reason which we are. You need to know at least 2 languages. I think that would be the de facto, right?
Yeah, I think one object programming language. కార్తీక్
చేశాను నాన్న
ఇక్కడ చేతున్నా
Next to have in time also, brother.
Huh?
Next time, we make sure we stick to the times.
Yeah,
Family no software.
Right.
Time.
so I think we'll just give an idea. Probably Kranti will give an idea. So how to do palindrome and then how to do reverse of the number.
There are some other classes which go for 11 hours. 11 hours.
So and then the third problem, we are just thinking around the array part. So let's do array addition. Subtraction.
Array or matrix?
Yeah, matrix. And then multiplication.
The last week, yeah, problems.
Next week, Kandu.
Next week.
Next week.
Third group, right? First
So-
two are like from last
And then I got one interesting problem. Probably I'll tell once Kranti is just Kranti. Just give an outline. How can we solve? And then later today you can push the code to GitHub.
నేను పుష్ చేశాను నా బయట సో palindrome. So basically, as we discussed in the last session, we know what exactly is palindrome, right? So if a string is same from the 2 ends, basically it's a palindrome. So how exactly I did is I've just split the string into half, and I was comparing if these two are same. If these two do not match, So then immediately we can say that it's not actually a palindrome. So while actually I was going through this, I was actually seeing like what exactly is a palindrome. So there was something like this. I can. Say I have something like this, okay? I mean, my main point is just to tell if the other non-alphanumeric characters, so even if you see it here, okay, it is matching, HH is matching, E is matching, Y is matching, and if you see this exclamation mark, it's actually not there here, but I is matching, and A is matching, and so on. So even though the non-alphanumeric characters, so even though if they do not match, even then it is called as a palindrome. So our program should actually handle these cases. If we directly take everything as one character, and this will be one character, and at this particular point, this exclamatory do not match with capital I. So our program will say that it's not a palindrome, but actually it's a palindrome. So yeah, I mean you can handle that particular case also if you have already not done. But yeah, so the main idea is checking, splitting the string into half, or maybe iterating through entire string and checking if the first and maybe we can have two iterators here.
I minus one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
If you want to, if you are going to explain, we can see the first one and then we can.
okay.
So and then not only exclamators, we were
Any
discussing.
other? I just used one,
Yeah.
but it can be like
Star hash.
So
Yeah.
there's a
Special
second
character.
variation of palindrome, maybe
Yes.
like consider special characters also.
yeah. Usually like in interviews, so they will actually, if they ask this, especially this palindrome question, so they would be considering this particular case. It's not like this simply straightforward, because it is like very, even suppose if there are spaces, right? Even that is actually, so say suppose it has two spaces and say AK. Even this is considered as palindrome. So our program should handle all these particular cases to to say if it is a palindrome or not.
Right.
Do you want to write the code also?
I don't think so. Do you want to write a code?
No, write an algorithm.
Okay.
So yeah, basically, the definition in the Wikipedia
Fancy.
says so. So spaces or exclamator are other than character, so we don't consider them. So when it comes to we write a program in front of an interview, we have
I
to
think-
write according to Wikipedia definition.
But okay, so let's see. It depends upon the interviewer. I
Right,
think
yeah.
you need
Should
to
ask.
ask him.
Yeah.
You need
Right.
to ask a question. Like
Yes.
what? Say like if he just wanted, maybe he liked you and he wanted just to ask a couple of questions. He will say like, okay, just write a simple plan. So make sure that you ask for it.
Typically, this is what I had this experience, exact same experience recently. One of mine, it's internal interview. In Big I only did the interview. First question he asked was palindrome. I did that. Next question is if it has any special character. So that's my suggestion is that usually that happens like that.
Yeah.
I mean like.
So
we need to
basically-
prepare for that.
When we solve the question, definitely we'll go to the next level. So these algorithms, data structures problems, so definitely they will go to as many levels as possible. They will try to see like at which level you are capable of. So that's my main point of doing this one. Okay. So
Okay, do we have anybody from C# class?
I think we don't have any class.
We don't have any class. Okay.
Practice ఉన్నాను
అవునా
దాంట్లో చూసేలేదు సో
లేదండి,
నాకైతే ఏం రాలేదు
C# ఏం పెట్టలేదు.
ఎట్లా
అనుకుంటున్నాను.
యా సీజాబ్ అయితే ఏం లేదు
write a code.
That is
Okay.
Logic
Just
is
to pseudocode because
Okay.
yeah,
Because
many
they
of
want
it's
to try
not
from
worth
the
it, right?
plans and all.
It's not worth it because
Because we struggle, then we remember the problem.
yeah, just try to keep it simple.
I think you gave enough information.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that is
yeah.
fine. Yeah. So, okay.
No, I wanted to know how you are actually avoiding that. See, like we just are interested in the pseudocode. See, like you're saying like you're coming from both sides, right?
Yeah.
So how to say like if I have a special character, how would you actually handle that? That's what I mean.
So one way is I'll remove all the special characters and spaces at the beginning,
Okay.
which is actually the same. Right? So that is one way of solving the problem.
Okay, so which is okay? What's the second way?
Second way, I think when you find
Yeah, it's
when you find, just move one more index
Yeah.
forward.
So basically, we need to compare its ASCII value. That way it would be easy. Otherwise, each special character, if you have to write a condition, it will be like. So compare its ASCII value. If that is not falling for A to Z, it will be like some sequence of the ASCII value. So if they do not fall in that particular range, then iterate again. So if either of maybe the first one or the second one. So none of the one then do not actually fall in that one. So either increment this one or decrement that one. So based on
So we'll have to take every character whether it is. So like my assumption is that you're going to come from left side and right side, and then every character that you take before comparison, you need to rule it out. It is not an ASCII character.
Right.
So there is like every character has to be compared. It's like so performance wise, I'm talking about performance wise. So generally comparing two variables is one operation, but if you do that one, so you are actually adding three comparisons, right?
So actually one more thing ఏంటంటే can we take away all the special characters and put them?
yeah, that was the first solution.
So that's the best performance one.
అన్న మీరు చెప్పిన దానికి ఏమవుతుందంటే మీరు చెప్పారు కదా సో ఎన్ టైమ్స్ ఫర్ లూప్ ఉంది దానిలో ఫస్ట్ ఒక కంపారిజన్ చేశారు ఒక ఫర్ లూప్లో ఒకసారి ఒక కంపారిజన్ ఒక ఎడిషన్ ఒక మల్టిప్లికేషన్ చేశారు అనమాట అంటే 3n అవుతుంది కదా మొత్తానికి సో 3nని కన్సిడర్ చేయదు వాళ్ళు 3n అంటే O ఆఫ్ 3n అంటే O ఆఫ్ n అన్న ఉంటాయి
Yeah, it's constant.
సో ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ లూప్లో మీరు ఎన్ని చేసినా ఇట్ డజంట్ మ్యాటర్ మీకు లూప్స్ పెరిగితే ప్రాబ్లం ఇప్పుడు 2 లూప్స్ వచ్చినాయి n స్క్వేర్
Yeah, thanks.
And reversing an integer.
Okay, so is anybody who wants to give a solution for that? I mean, how did you do? Okay.
So actually the condition, like the prerequisite for solving this problem is like we don't have to use character arrays or like converting string into character or something, right? Character number into string. So what I did is like, so when you want to reverse this thing, so initially my thought was like it is 1234, right? So when you reverse it is going to be like 4321. So we need to get this number, then multiply with like if it is 1000, multiply with 1000, then get this number, then we need decrement. It is 100th number, 100th position, right? Multiply with 100, then get the second one. It's 10th position, so multiply with 10, and the last one, it's 1st position, multiply with 1. So this is the logic I thought, but the question is, how do we know whether it is 100th or 300th or like 500th, or how do we know that? So that's where I struggle and I spend some time. So we need to find out, like I found out like what is the base, what you call base 10th position. The 10th means like this is the base is 1000 here. If the number is 1, 2, 3, the base is 100. So this is where we need to start. So how do we get this now? How do we get this base? So what I did is like I took a while loop and I iterated it. So divide this by 10. What we get, like 123. So this is 110, right? So I put 10 in one variable, and then I iterated it one more time. So I got 2. So and I multiplied this 10 with 10 one more time. Okay, I added one more time. I got 1 and then multiplied with 10. So this way I got the base number. So base is 1000. So once you get the base, then reversing this is easy. Like you do mod and then division. You get when you do mod, you get this 4. Then when you divide it, you'll get the what do you call this divisor something. So this way I was getting like a remainder and multiplying with base, and when the second iteration I was dividing this base by 10. I was like doing the reverse way. So ultimately you will be getting the last number, you will be multiplying with the base. So it will become 4000. In the second iteration you get 3. And in this iteration I will be dividing the base by 10. So you will have base as 100 now. So in the second iteration you will get 3, right? 3 into 100. So I will be adding this 300 to this 4000. 4000 plus 300. So in the next iteration I will get 2, and when I divided 100 by 10, it will be 10. So it's going to be 20. So basically, once you get the base, you can actually get the mod and multiply with the base and divide the base. So that way you can actually get the reverse. You can reverse that now.
You're
So-
actually
So when you are dividing by 10, so you are doing it till you get a remainder of 0 or till you get a...
Remainder of 1.
One
Question.
10 by 10, right? 10 by 10 is equal to 1, right? You
Yes.
get 1. So you'll multiply 1 with 1. The last
Division.
position with 1.
until the divisor becomes 1. His divisor is 1000. So until divisor keeps on reducing by 10.
It may be 1 or it may be less than 9. I mean less than 10. So 1 to 9.
Ah, less than 10. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
So-
job, brother.
So
Yeah,
this
that
is
was
like
wonderful.
the logic that I done. I didn't try any other variations actually. I got
So
this.
I have
in the-
implemented in terms of programming.
Yeah, I know the program.
So is any other solution, guys?
Yeah, I think, have you kept the 10 in one variable
Yeah.
and then keep it multiplying with 10?
So I first got the base, and then in the second loop I did all these things.
So it's like he calculated how many places are there. So the digits, number of digits. In that case, if it's a 6-digit number, he'll get how much? 6 into
10,000.
10.
1 lakh.
10 lakh. Yeah, he'll get a number saying 10 lakh. And then he'll place value actually. So,
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. But instead of going through that whole thing and then coming back again, maybe we can also do that in the first attempt, divide it by 10, and then you can start constructing it in a different fashion. You
I
can
tried to do that, but without getting the base, I was not able to do that.
Basically, C# programmers, if they know how to use divide and then the module symbol, so they can do easily. So if you are coming non-C# background, then you feel the same difference. So I have other alternate solution. If you have any alternate solution, you can share.
Shashi sister did that actually.
Yeah,
It's not a
sure.
code. She was there, she would have. It's good.
Any other alternation?
No, we want to really look at the one that is most efficient.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what we
correct.
want.
actually.
Yeah.
So whatever she wrote was correct.
Any other alternate solutions you have?
Before solving that one, I would also like to bring one point that a particular case, but say if the number is -1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
So all program should also handle that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I
usually
think-
when people write like while that greater than 0, right?
Right.
So that is obviously less than 0. So you should handle that negative number also.
So yeah.
Nana covered this level.
Basically, let's say test cases. If our solution has to pass all the test cases, so make sure when you write a solution, test at least 10 to 15 inputs, so that we are validating it thoroughly.
Okay, one more thing that I want to add here is, whenever you write, whatever you are writing, you need to explain its bigger. We want to also tell what is the performance of it using big connotation. O power, O of n, O of constant, because writing an algorithm, all of us can write algorithms, but when you start talking of O of n, that is where you need to write couple of, try the first one. So like when you're writing that one, okay, write the first one, and then okay, you find out okay, this for this algorithm O of n is this much. Then okay, do you think that you like it? Okay, is there a advice? Then I have written the second algorithm. For this one, I have reduced it to this one, and this is the third one. So I'm telling you, it would be worth investing time right now for simple algorithms, because then your mind will fall, because it's all about training your mind to think performantly, efficiently. So that's the whole point. So you can, my suggestion is like, if you explain the algorithm, that is good, but I want you to explain it in terms of representation. After you write the algorithm, you have to say, okay, the performance of this one is this much, because that is when we say that okay, you're talking. So like using algorithms is one thing, that but why we are using algorithms is to really get it more efficient. So unless you don't specify that one, you're not thinking in terms of what the intention is. Okay.
మీ అల్గారం చెప్పండి.
Yeah. So మీరు ఎవరైనా పిక్చర్ తీసుకోవాలండి.
That's good. I think he has. We can go look at his code, right? Yeah.
Don't copy it.
No, no.
ఇక్కడ కూడా కాపీ కదా ఫోటో తీస్తే
లేదు, it's a logic. You have to implement in code. So that's a toughest part.
Logic is different.
Oh, okay, got it. So can we use mod?
Yeah, mod and that divide operators. So
Mod are basic.
given n as input, 10.
Pseudo. We don't want you writing the code. Pseudo code.
Okay, so while you play this on we divide n mod by 10, which is 4.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
4, right? You come inside, you say 4 into 10. You store in one number. So result R. And then we say n divided by 10. So it will give 1 to 3. It will go here. You will get the remainder. It's already 400. I'm sorry, 40. Plus remainder is 3. 43 into 10. Every time you multiply by 10 to the remainder. Now 4, 3, 0. Right? So now I again divided by 10, I'll get 12. Again, I'm checking the condition. So the remainder is 2. 430 plus 2 into 10, which is 4320. Now divided by 10, which gives 1. I check here, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to 10. And then 1 comes out, 4320 plus 1, which is 4321. So we took 1, 2, 3, 4. So we came with 1, 2, 3, 4. This algorithm works for minus also. We can check that one.
Okay. We need to consider the sign and multiply it with -1 in the end.
Not required. So you can just it's a
Okay.
module and then
Reminder is all.
the division. So it doesn't matter minus or plus. So we have tested it. You can believe that.
Okay.
So this is other solution. Any questions?
This is one iteration. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So basically, in C# we know that what module will give and then what dividend will give.
Good.
Otherwise, we have to go with your approach.
No, I also did the mod in the second second iteration.
Oh, okay.
So to get the last digit and multiply with the base, I did the mod, but I didn't do in the same group actually.
No.
This is actually a kind of trick we might not get.
Yeah,
immediately.
that's a trick actually.
Actually, so I tried differently and I have.
Yeah, the first thing that I thought is like, okay, to reverse it we need 1000 multiply with 100. So here actually you're continuously multiplying with 10, right?
Right, right.
So I didn't get the trick. Thought okay, we need to multiply with 1000 first, then reduce like multiply with 100, multiply with 10. I got that logic and I implemented
Yeah,
it.
yeah. This is the fun with algorithm test.
Yeah.
So what is the big notation for this one?
This is log n. I'm sorry, big O of n.
So where n is the size of the
It could be.
numeric.
It's a constant basically.
Yeah, length of.
So we just treated may not be n. Yeah. It could be something log n something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going by the iteration, right? So we're not looping each.
No, if you have n numbers, you have to go loop n times, right?
We are not looping, right? So if it's a 1000 number, so we are just looping two times.
Log n based n, I think.
Oh, got it. Okay. So I mean, I'm not talking about the size of the number. I'm talking about how many characters are in the number. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mhm.
say 1234. So the number of characters is 4. So you have to iterate 4 times. If it is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll have to iterate 5 times.
5 times. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that we are iterating 1234 times.
No, no,
If
no.
it's a 1234,
No,
then it's a big O of n. You got any point?
no. N is the size of your.
Yeah.
N
I don't
is
think-
always the
I don't
size
think
of
we will
the-
say the value of the variable.
So we are not talking
as
the
size.
value. We are talking about the size of the value.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
I don't
Okay.
think. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It's O of n.
Go-
I don't think so. It's not O of n.
Log of n.
I think
Because
it's log of
whatever
n.
big number you give, it comes to like, yeah, what as you mentioned, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't mean you are doing 1, 2, 3. So n we say like based on input size. Here we don't have any size parameter, right? If someone gives you array,
Yeah.
you can say size parameter.
That is the-
Here they give you one number. So size of that is magnitude, right? If they give you 1 billion, that's the magnitude.
So if you say reverse a string,
Yeah,
is this not a reverse string?
It's not reverse string, right?
It's not.
So for the reverse string, in a typical solution, you iterate through each number,
character array, yeah.
right? So 4 times.
See, what we are saying is 1, 2, 3, 4. We should not be taking the value of 1, 2, 3, 4. We are taking the number of numbers in that particular number. Is that not n?
So
N here I'm thinking it is 4. You are saying 1234. No, I'm thinking for 1234 the n is here 4.
no, I'll tell you one thing. In the problem, we told clearly that the key thing is that you should not use character array.
No, no, I'm
That's
not
what
saying
is-
about that one.
Yeah.
We're talking of big O notation. What is
అన్న పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే 1, 2, 3, 4 అంటే సైజ్ 1234 కాదు, సైజ్ ఇస్ 4. సో 4 టైమ్స్ ఇటరేట్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఇట్స్ టు ఆఫ్ ఎన్.
So
సో అది.
So let's assume, I got, 10. I just want to print, 10 times.
see, like let's take like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this one. How many times you can iterate? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have to leave. Thank you all.
Okay.
I think 4 times I'm good at. 3 times,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4 times.
6 times you have to.
6 times.
Six numbers.
Any numbers will tell you.
Any number is kind of character. So that's O of n. So
we are not
what we
considering as a
Logic.
character array.
The confusion here, right?
And
I think you are
code-
taking n
code
as the
code
number,
code.
actual number. So that's where actually it's getting confused.
Yeah.
The n that
అది
is talking in terms of
Right.
big O notation is a different thing. That is the
మీకు
number of
స్ట్రింగ్ ఇస్తే
iterations.
కరెక్ట్ అన్న మీకు స్ట్రింగ్
నేను సగం
ఇచ్చారు
చెప్పాను.
అప్పుడు మనకి స్ట్రింగ్
Parallel.
లెంగ్త్ అనే పారామీటర్ ఉంది కదా
Parallel
దానికి అప్పుడు మీరు
పక్కన
అన్నట్టు
కూడా
O of n
నీకు సగమే చెప్పంటే
మనకి ఇక్కడ స్ట్రింగ్ రాలేదు
అది కూడా కనపడేలా చూపి.
But we are not iterating 1234 times.
పక్కన
That's what
పక్కన
is
Yeah, that's what we are trying to say.
That we
But
are not taking absolute value of the integer. So all that we are doing.
what I'm
is number
assuming
of
is it's
iterations.
not log, it's not a big O of n. It could be,
String
log
and
and
putting
something.
So
Because
because
if you
you-
see,
Logic.
if you see, other problem in the binary search,
Add and
what we are
put
doing
function
is,
to create
in a given a sorted
Add
array,
and a word
we're
and
just,
put the
splitting
array.
off, and then given number is 10, let's assume 10. If
At the last level is
the middle one is less than this, then we take this one. We eliminate this one, we don't iterate through all these numbers. And then from here, just we make it off, and then if it is less than 10, false, left side, we eliminate the right side and then we take this one. Every time we just making of the size. Okay, so when you go to your solution, so it's a minimal steps that you do. That's
so
what
the
I'm
only thing
thinking.
that we are not agreeing is that you're saying you're taking the value, and I'm saying that now even the 1, 2, 3, 4, even though we are not saying it as character, but generally when you say the size, it's basically size 4. That's the only thing. So maybe we can leave it, but because when you say like, if you say like for this one, when you go to interview and say it's a log n, he will not accept that one. That's what I'm saying.
As long as
Maybe,
perception, you can.
Yeah.
As long as you tell your perception, you might agree. This is.
But I think we are not sure about what is the complexity for that problem.
Mhm.
We are assuming based on the binary search. Probably we can check that.
Yeah, let's check.
Yeah. So you are clear with the two problems now.
Yes.
So if
Thank you.
you haven't finished that, just go ahead and finish it. So if you are stuck with GitHub, probably we can sit sometime and then I'll tell you how to do that. So otherwise, I think you can work on that. So the next problem is matrix addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So check in the online how to do. If you go to the Wikipedia, you can just understand how to do the multiplication. So we don't have time.
So
on
what
the
size of the matrix?
Huh?
Size, any size?
You can just take your own size. బేసికల్గా వచ్చి మల్టిప్లికేషన్ ఏం చేస్తారంటే
Row, column, right?
ఈ రోతో ఈ కాలం చేసి ఫస్ట్ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. ఆ తర్వాత వచ్చి ఈ రోతో ఈ కాలం చేసి సెకండ్ వాల్యూ, ఈ రోతో థర్డ్ వాల్యూ చేసి థర్డ్ వాల్యూ అలా వస్తుంది. Just check it in the Wikipedia, you can understand.
No, that 10th class days.
Yeah, so if you could do that matrix addition, subtraction, multiplication, so then you can be familiar with how to play with arrays. So that's the motivation of
The rest
asking you to do addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So with that, we are closing our class.
శశి గారు ఏదో వేరే చేశారు.
అదే అమ్మ చెప్పింది చేస్తాను దాని మీద.
Yeah. Shashi, so any other questions?